How's you going? Just playing a little bit for this new live streaming here on my YouTube channel, theblueslab.com. Let's talk about today. I have a few topics and ideas to share with you. Remember, improvisation is repetition, yeah? So repeating things, for example, change the peak to see how it feels. More attack here, yeah? Let's talk about a few different things today. I have here my notes. 10 tips, yeah, I will give you today to improve your blues playing. I mean, this tip is not in the list, but I think it's important. It's about warming up, yeah. It's really important to warm up before you're playing or before even your practice. Just consider around 10-15 minutes at least of a period of warming up, you know. It's crucial, you know, especially also if you play, you know. I discover sometimes with my buddy Javier, we have the chance, not always, but we have the chance to play the full set list before playing the gig, you know. So it feels really good. Everything sounds better. You play better. Well, it's already a professional point of view, you know. But even if you play at home, consider your first 15-20 minutes of warming up, you know. You can just play one scale or play the spider, you know, a few minutes. As I always share with you on my videos, just take periods of 2 minutes, you know. Okay, we play 2 minutes, box number 3. Slow, swing, you know, and then start playing more. Try to find new things, learn a new solo, whatever is in your list, yeah. Which, if you, by the way, if you don't have a list, it's time to start doing list. You know, if you do a list, you follow a routine, and that's amazing. Believe me, it's really, really important to follow a list and to practice things that you think and you feel you need to improve. Yeah. I used to help my students writing those lists, but I ask them, think about what you feel or what you see you need to improve. Yeah. So there's always things we need to improve. There's always, I don't know, new things to learn. I don't know, arpeggio, you know, major 7th arpeggio. Well, yes, Martin, I don't use major 7th arpeggio in blues, and it doesn't matter. Just learn it. One day you will need it for something. You know, you can play C major 7 in a minor blues, A minor. Listen to this. I have my loop pedal here. Listen. here is there. Okay, I don't use major 7th arpeggio in blues. Let's see, A minor, let's say we play a minor blues, yeah, like The Thrill Is Gone, or I need to change the battery, I think. Let's start again. One more second. A minor 7th, yeah. So we could play pentatonic, of course, but we could play C major 7th arpeggio. It fits perfect, and you add a few tensions that they sound amazing over A minor 7th. Look again, penta, now yes, you can use major 7th arpeggio in your blues playing, because you can use C major 7th arpeggio over your A minor chord, yeah. So it works. You know, it's always good to learn new things, because in music we could use with a different approach that information, like this example I just showed you a few seconds ago. So just put in your daily routine or in your weekly routine those new things to learn, you know. Also, it's good, another tip, which is not in the list, but well, to divide your routine in periods of time. I don't know, in periods of 15 minutes, let's say, yeah. So you have 1 hour routine divided in four pieces of 15 minutes. So it's up to you. If you today you have 15 minutes to practice, use the first quarter of your routine, and if tomorrow you have 30 minutes, you use 2 quarters and that, you know, like that. If you have 1 hour, okay, you have 4 periods of 15 minutes, maybe divided during the day. You can do it 4 times 15 minutes, and that's amazing. So I hope you can hear me well. Everything here on my YouTube looks good. I don't know if you can hear me well. Let's start today. Whoa, fourth. To the 1. To the 5. Sorry. Which is in this scale. 4. 1. Okay, let's start. Let's see here. 2 seconds. To add a few things here. Yes, remember you can visit my Telegram channel. Will be in the description of this video. Here down, you can find my Telegram channel in the description of all my videos. I share a lot of information there for you, for my followers on Telegram. Yes. Let's talk about the tips. Yeah, tip number one, which is, I mean, are not in order, these tips. All are number one, but this one, which is the number one now, the first one, I consider the most important, which is listen to music. Yeah, there's no shortcut. There's nothing can give you more than listening to music. We are musicians. We play an instrument, yeah, and we need to learn from music because we do music. So it's really, really, really important to do an active listening. That means not putting music when you cook or when you are with friends, which I do, that is great, but just put some headphones and pay attention to the music you listen to. Blues, in this case, I listen to a lot of blues, a lot of jazz. When I say jazz, I like the hard bop, the Kenny Burrell stuff, Grant Green, yeah, Ora Silver, piano. I like that style of jazz. So George Benson, of course, playing standards. I like George Benson playing standards. So just put and listen to that. You can transcribe if you want. Just take a tab and take not the full solo, but a few phrases you can find in that song you like. It's important you listen to music you like, yeah, not because you have to listen to it. If you don't like it, don't listen to it. It's really, really important. Yes, listen to that, absorbing that information, just taking some notes, some tabs. Yeah, take a tab. Okay, I like that lick. You know, nowadays we have a lot of technology. Back in time, no. I just repeat. I have a few cassettes from the 90s. You know, I used to learn with these little things, and now we can do it. We can just cut and loop and repeat and you know, online almost and for free. So take advantage of those tools. Use Soundslace. I like Soundslace for transcriptions, but also to put a YouTube video and just slow it down and loop it and learning some vocabulary. Yeah, it's really important. That thing, and we learn vocabulary through music. Yeah, we learn that things we like by listening to those things and copy from those things. Yeah, and then you will learn, as John Mayer used to say, trace back why you like the thing and learn the thing that makes the thing you like. You know, that's an important advice to me from John Mayer. Some people there. Miles Jacobs, hello, my friend. Cassette, what is that? Come on. Yeah, nobody knows what is a cassette nowadays. Of course, my old friend. Rob, how's it going? Good evening. Yes, it's 2:15 here in Montreal, Canada. So good afternoon, Rob, from this side of the world. Yeah. So listen to music is a first tip, and I don't know. I find nowadays it's more difficult for students to listen to music. I don't know why, because we have everything there for free, you know. I remember again in the 90s when I start learning, I had to take a bus to go to the music store, and CDs and vinyls, and once a week or every 2 weeks with my brother we bought albums. That was, you know, a different story. But nowadays you can, with Spotify or Apple Music, you can listen to everything. So take advantage of that. Which would you prioritize first, learning scales, shapes, or learning the fretboard notes? Obviously, yeah, you need to learn both. And I would add one more thing, which is learning, which to me, I would put it in second. First, it's learning the scales. Second, to me, that's a personal approach, is learning the intervals and then the notes. But when I say then, it's not, I mean, you can do those three things together. There's no number one here, at least for me. You can learn your scale at the same time, your notes and your intervals at the same time. You will learn faster, and you can put everything in context. Because if you say, okay, G major scale, one, two, three, major third, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, finish. You know your intervals. 1, 4, 8, major 7, major third, 5, 6, and you can sing those intervals. That's great. And you know the notes, you know G, F sharp. So F sharp is the only note in the G major scale which is sharp. G, A, B, C, D, E, F sharp, G. If you follow the circle of fifth, you can find that things really, the circle of fifth is really useful for that thing. Of course, we need to study, guys. This is not magic. There's no a trick you can apply without, if you don't study that thing. We need to study and spend a lot of time, or not, it's up to you, in things, learning things. There's no, I remember a student years ago, he asked me, there's no an app, there isn't an app that can help me to remember the pentatonic scales. No, you need to sit down, take your guitar and paper and write the boxes and play the boxes and memorize. It's muscle memory, visualization of the fretboard. I learned a lot. I learned, let's say, more when I write I take a blank fretboard and I write things with dots, and then I play it here because, well, seems like I am really visual, yeah. So works for me more. So about your question of prioritizing first, learning scale, you can do it all at the same time. That's my advice, because I didn't do it like that and I spent a lot of time. So if you don't want to spend time, just do it at the same time. When you play the pentatonic scale, 1 flat third, 4 5 flat 7, 1 flat third, 4 5 flat 7, 1 flat third. There you go. Okay, A, C, D, E, G. Learning the notes on the fretboard. If you want to learn the notes on the fretboard, you need to think about the notes. You need to see the notes and you say, okay, this is a G because it's the octave. Okay, so it's a G, and then every time you pass through that note, you say, that's a G. But a cool thing can help you to learning the notes on the fretboard is reading music. Just simple music sheet, just buy the most basic method of reading music, yes, and learn that, because when you read music, you need to know the notes on your fretboard, otherwise you can't play that note, you know. So C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C. You know, you need to learn. That's my advice, to learn the notes, because when we learn the notes, when we think about the notes, and we need to use that knowledge of, okay, this is a C, D, C, B, A, and you read simple things, you know, in quarter notes, and you need to do that effort of remember the notes, and then you can do the same in a different position. And then the next position, this one. And the next. Yeah. So you can play simple things, you know, happy birthday. Just play it in C major, play it in the 5 positions of your major pentatonic scale. That's a challenge, yeah. But you will learn the notes on your fretboard. Yes, sir. Second tip, I have a lot of tips today. Yes, learn by heart the 5 boxes of your minor pentatonic scale. There's no escape, there's no shortcut, there's nothing. Learning by heart the 5 boxes, upside down, you know. You can use one by one, you can learn, you need to place your roots, yeah. What is the root in different keys, and then you start connecting the scales. I have techniques for that. You can visit by the way, you can visit my Patreon. I have a lot of information there. I have a lot of information there about this, you know, just connecting, how to connect the pentatonics, how to move through the pentatonics. You have PDF, you have transcriptions, tabs, and then by heart with different movements, you know. I call it the 4 dimensions, which is the dimension 1 is vertically, which is the box, horizontally, you know, just moving horizontally, vertically, it's the second, this diagonal, and this diagonal, yeah? Yes, so there's a lot of exercise I share with you on my Patreon about that. It's connecting and knowing really by heart. If you see there's some areas you don't know, you are not sure, you don't go there because you know how what is happening there, just practice that thing more. Let's say, I don't know, box 4 of A with the open string. Today I had a student here. He came to my studio and he knows the pentatonic scales, but I just suggest him doing some things to improve his playing, to show him that he knows the pentatonic scale as you and me, but sometimes if I move some things you don't know as well. For example, he plays more, he's a great player, he plays more rock blues, yeah, and I say, okay, let's play in B flat, because I know in rock blues B flat is not a key, and so he start playing and I say, okay, I need to think, because I don't used to play in B flat. So you know your pentatonic scales when you, but not as good as you should know, because if I ask you to play in B flat and you get a little lost, that means you need to work that things. You can play in B flat, in F sharp, yeah, not normal and usual keys. and then we start overlapping scales. I say, okay, there's a video on my YouTube channel here, and also a lot of information on my channel about overlapping. Okay, we have A in a blues in A, D, and E, the three chords. Okay, sorry. For A, you play A minor. For D, you play D minor. And for E, you play E minor. I mean, you overlap the three scales here. So, he did it, but he need to think, to spend a moment, you know. So, you need to practice your pentatonic scale. You don't know as well as you think your pentatonic scales by doing those simple exercises. Of course, when you do it, when you boom, you start and it's easy, but you know. So learning your tip number 2, it's learning your boxes. Next tip is repeating the licks you already know in box 1. I know you and me, we have a lot of vocabulary in box number 1 because it's the first box we learn, and it's great. But it's a good idea if those licks and phrases you usually play here in your comfort zone, try to replicate in the other positions. Yeah, for example. Box number 5, box number 1, box number 2, box number 3, box number 4, yes, like that. You take that phrase which you already play and you know it, and you start exploring the other boxes, which we play the same notes. In every box we repeat the 5 same notes, but they sound different because we use different strings, different tensions, and different order of notes. So repeating licks, it's a great thing you can start doing. This one, the next one, it's pretty obvious, but there's a lot of people need to practice there, which is learning the 12-bar blues by heart. When I say by heart, is just play the changes with your chords without thinking, you know, with some embellishment. Feel, change in the right measure you have to change, and keep solid that rhythm or shuffle, really solid your right hand, your chords. Don't change your chords. If you pick up a 7, 7, 7, the 3 sevens, just follow that structure all the time you practice. And because if you don't know well your 12-bar blues, it's really difficult to play lead, because the lead will not locked with the rhythm. You are this is a rhythm, and you are floating around the rhythm, you know. So you can practice. An advice I used to give to my students is sing. When you play, sing a song, pretending you are playing a song. A shuffle, a slow blues, a sky is crying. Yeah, I let a tear flow down the street. Sky is crying. See the tears flow. Yeah, sing song, hum the full song. That will help a lot. A lot. It's, I mean, you can't avoid that thing of practice and play the the 12 bar blues. Yeah. If you want to take, it's here. If you want to take online lessons with me, you can visit bluesguitarlessons.ca. I used to give online lessons. I use Zoom and recording the lessons, so you can come back to that information all the time. I will send you the video recorded, and I mean, you just visit my website. You go to lessons, online lessons, all the information is there. Rob, what gauge of strings do you prefer? Depending the guitar, every guitar is different. Here I'm using, if I remember well, here I'm using these ones, which is, it's 1152. Always a Dario. This is the brand for the moment. No, last 30 years I'm using the Dario. I don't know, they feel good on my fingers, you know, they are easy for bendings for me, you know. I use, in this Strat, I use 1152. In my jazz guitar, I believe I put 1152, but chrome, yes, flat ones. And that's it. I have these two guitars now. In my Gibson 335 that I sold last year, I put 10s there because, I don't know, they feel better. 1046, the standards. That's it, you know, Rob. Every guitar is different. I mean, you just need to try new strings and gauge for every guitar, because if you have a vintage style with 7.25 radio, it's probably is better if you put lighters. I don't know, it's my suggestion. I have here 9.5. Yeah, that's great if you feel that. I mean, I don't use 11, which is a pretty thick gauge. I don't use because of the tone, because I don't think the tone change because you use 9th, 10ths or 11ths. I use this gauge because it feels better for me. Also, my right hand, I used to pick hard, and if it's too light, I don't know, it feels weird, you know, like I need to feel that the string is solid, you know, and I get that by using thick strings. But I mean, in the 90s I used a lot of 9.52. Then I switched to 10s, and maybe it's been 20 years I'm using 11s. Yes, they feel better for me. It's not about the tone, you know. So actually there's a YouTube channel, but it's in Spanish because it's from Argentina, where I come from. They did a comparison between strings. They put 9, 10ths and 11, I think, and they measure the frequencies, and there isn't a big difference. I mean, I think in a blind test nobody is going to notice the difference of gauge, you know, if I am using 9th or 10th or 11th. Yeah. So enjoy your 9.5. Let's move forward next. Yes, about the rhythm and the 12-bar blues, it's learn different chords. Yeah, not only the 7th, which is great, or the 9th. You can learn 13, the 6th chords. Learn chords that you think you are not going to use because are more jazzy. Listen to Matt Scofield. He used a lot of jazzy chords in his blues playing, you know. He plays that. He used a lot that jazzy approach. And learn new chords, just for example this one. That's a flat 9th chord, yeah? F, because when I go to my 1, beautiful tension, huh? To the 2, tritone, the 1. I have a lesson about this Matt Scofield video on my Patreon. I just show you there what he's doing, and every chord with a PDF with the chords. Yeah, Miles. No, never playing acoustic. I don't have an acoustic. It's been years. I play acoustic in the cultural centers. I give lessons because there are acoustic guitars there. I'm pretty hard to play, you know, cheap acoustics with a action like an inch action higher, you know, super. But I don't have acoustics. No, I would like to buy an acoustic and play more acoustic one of these days, maybe. Yeah. Yes. But I don't have. I play, yes, but not now. No, these last years. Yeah. I had in Argentina when I used to live there. I had an acoustic, an Epiphone. Then I played the gypsy jazz style acoustic guitar. Yeah, but no these days. Yeah. Let's move forward. Next tip. Yes, this is really important. Learn really well the shuffle groove. That thing, man. Important rhythm you should practice. Yeah, again. Shuffle. It's a rhythm you need to practice every day and practice in different keys. Yeah, there are different types of shuffles. I like the most laid back shuffle, let's say. You can do that's more rock and roll shuffle, or you can do yes, or you can do triplets, yeah, 8-note swing. It's really important, because if you feel that groove, you are going to play. Remember, blues it's 12/8, yeah, it's not 4/4. So the shuffle will give you that extra, that feeling you need to play even slow blues, yeah, because when we play slow blues, it's 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 1 2 3 1 2 3, and that's a shuffle. It's a slow shuffle, yeah. So you need to integrate that feeling in your body, yeah. It's your body needs to feel the groove, yeah? Excellent. A few more tips before ending this live streaming. As I told you, my online lessons here. You can visit. You can send me an email if you want. If you have questions, you have my Patreon also. Yeah, theblueslab.com. You can visit. Information about all these tips I'm giving you, you can find there. What else? My free Telegram channel, of course. Yeah. And next tip, it's bendings and microtones. Really important to understand. I can see a lot of students, they bend wherever. They take a string, a note, and they bend it. Sometimes they bend the root, yeah, which is not a good idea. Bendings, usually you can play, depending what style or what type of bending you play. Could be a tone, a full step, full step, yeah. You can play half step, and the most subtle and beautiful to me bending, it's the quarter note, which is the quarter step, which is yeah, I take the flat third and I play just a little bit, you know, because what I want to do is I want to just get that slide sound, you know. And the flat 7. You know? So you should do that with your finger. On my root, vibrato. You see? Quarter. those are the quarter bendings. You need to just sit down and practice that thing, you know, over the flat third, over the flat seventh, usually. Then you can add half step, full step. This is 1.5. More Albert King style. Yeah, so bendings. Be careful how you play them. If you take in control of those bendings, you are going to sound really, really bluesy. Yeah? No questions for the moment. Okay, 72 people watching this video. I don't know if it's true, that thing. 72. Okay, someone can say hello of those 72. I hope you like this live streaming. I will start doing more live streamings these days and the next month. Yeah, so probably every Saturday weekend I will be here. Yeah, so if you have questions, and comments. What else? Let's move forward. One or two more. Yeah, two more. Well, the next one, I already talked about this, and I will talk it again, which is the intervals are really, really important. Yeah. Flat seventh. Yeah, because for example, this demonstration of microtones I share with you, I talk about. I show you through the intervals: flat 7, flat third, flat 7, flat third, yeah, flat third, yeah. So it's really important learn the intervals. And the last one is dynamics, of course, really important to practice that thing, dynamics. What is dynamics? Well, it's how you pick the strings, your volume. Yeah, you can just with more intention, less intention. Softer you play. That's the dynamics, and it's really important when you play. Otherwise, if you sound to your volume and your approach to the notes are the same, it doesn't sound well, you know. I don't want to say boring or nothing like that, because it doesn't sound good. No dynamics. So, dynamics. It's about volume, but it's not about volume like this. It's about your attack to the strings, you know. Yes, using fingers is different. Yes, it's different. I mean, when you start playing with dynamics, you see it sounds like the real stuff, you know. You have to do it. I never practice dynamics because I start too young and I start listening to music. I learned through the albums and I start copying that thing. So I didn't notice I was doing that until I pay attention not too many years ago. Actually, I start paying attention to those things when I start teaching, you know, in 2010. My students at the time, they asked me, how you do that, how you play that, why you sound like this and I don't sound like this. And I start paying attention and I start discovering myself too, you know, doing things. Albert Collins, yes, Albert Collins worth studying. He's one of the great ones, you know. B.B. King, Albert King, Freddie King, Albert Collins, Ronnie Earl, Anson Vandenberg, Jimmy Vaughan, Stevie Ray, Robin Ford, Kid Ramos, Hollywood Fats, I don't know, Tinny Grimes, T-Bone Walker, who else? I mean, the Duke Robillard. Now I am just following Oz Noy. I love his playing. He's a monster. You know, he plays fusion, jazz, blues, super modern. I love his playing. Matt Scofield, of course. Kirk Fletcher. Who else? I love the Fabulous Thunderbirds from the 90s with Kid Ramos, and then from the 2000s with Kirk Fletcher and Nick Curran. That's last live streaming. Someone asked me about Nick Curran. He was amazing. Unfortunately, he passed in 2012. I think he's super young. He was amazing, Nick Curran, you know. Who else? I don't know, so many. I'm not I mean, about blues rock, I am not. To me, blues rock is Stevie Ray, Gary Moore, Eric Clapton. Of course, not blues rock. I mean, well, yes, blues rock and classic. I mean, in the list, you know. I like the '90s Eric Clapton when he started doing the From the Cradle and all that blues albums he did, you know. I like the old Eric Clapton from the John Mayall and the Blues Breakers, you know. I like when Eric played the major seventh. Yeah, that's a note we don't used to play in blues, but he played that note. Eric in the 60s. Yeah, that's the major seventh. Flat seven, but he played. You can hear that major seventh in blues interval. Yeah, so he used it for the definition. He used it a lot, you know. Just pay attention to the sounds. Yeah, and what else? Well, my friends, it's an hour of this. I start this live streaming. Thank you very much. Thanks to be here. Remember, you can follow me on my Telegram, on my Patreon, on my Instagram too, The Blues Lab. Yeah, The Blues Lab is my Instagram. You can find all the links in every video I upload. So remember to like and follow and comment. That helps a lot the algorithm. So thank you very much. See you next weekend. And I am uploading, yesterday night I uploaded a new video. Yes, you can find the PDF of that video on my Patreon too. And well, thank you very much. See you soon. Yeah, thanks.